Okay, this is for Echo Lloyd. I'm just going to start by reading her and seeing what I get. Okay. It's morning. It's early morning, 7, 8, 9. I think let's go probably closer to 9. I feel a lot of sunshine around me. I'm in a kitchen. I'm smiling. I feel happy, excited, just very happy and peaceful. I think it's predominant feelings. I'm standing next to a sink, looking out a window. There's warm sun on my face, kind of looking around my home. I wonder if there's a pet in her home. Just that kind of good morning feeling. I'm trying to see. I'm wondering if there's a back area which she might have used for like coffee, smoking, things like that, because I want to go straight from the kitchen to outside. I'm hearing lots of birds. Just really enjoying, but I'm wanting to stay in the sun. Any kind of shadow creates a little bit of cool temperature on me. Now I'm going up to about 9:40, 9:45 a.m. I will go on a Saturday, Sunday is what it feels like to me. So I'm probably going to go Sunday. Don't have a great list of things I want to do. I'm really just kind of starting to tick through my day, thinking what needs to be done. Almost thinking I need to get a broom and sweep something off, but it's just such a beautiful day. Come inside. I'm not sure I have errands or something to do, but there's little things that I'd like to do today, and I don't feel the pressure or stress of having to go somewhere tomorrow. So I'm not sure of her work or if she even did work, but I don't feel that normal sense of, oh, okay, I've got to have things prepared for tomorrow, at least not at this point in the morning. Now I'm closer to 10, kind of going into a living room area, back and forth to a bedroom. So I don't know if she's preparing to take a shower. I almost think that might be a little accurate because I'm going into a bedroom. This feels kind of like the primary room that would be forward facing the front of the house. And I kind of feel there's a bathroom directly across the hall from that. So I'm kind of going from living room, bedroom, bathroom, just kind of as if I'm preparing to take a shower, start cleaning, or just getting really more ready for the day. I feel like the face is being washed, perhaps thinking of putting on mascara. That feels really big. Then I'm kind of hearing something outside in the front. I can't tell if it's a knock at the door. I think she had water on in the bathroom sink just because I'm not sure what I'm hearing. What's unusual is I have so many dogs, so I'm expecting if there is someone outside to hear an animal around kind of announcing that, but I don't hear that from her. I don't feel that. It's almost, did I hear this above the water? Perhaps the television is on. I don't even think the television is on low in this. Looking out, I feel like I might need to throw something on. I'm not completely undressed, but I might need to throw something on. Again, this feels very calm. Nothing about this situation is alarming. Kind of popping my head around a corner so I can see a front door. I do see a male. He's standing and then kneeling as if almost to tie his shoe. There's not a sense of dread that I have, but I just didn't want to do this today. That's more of the sense, or I wasn't expecting to see this person today. I'm really trying to gauge what article of clothing she was trying to put on. It almost feels like running shorts or some kind of shorts. I don't feel long pants or jeans, anything like that at this point. I do hear her call out just a minute, or there's a sigh to herself in just a moment, or who is it? Although I do think she recognizes the male at the door. I almost feel like there has to be some glass in that door at the top portion just so she can a little bit see out. And there does feel to be bigger windows by the front door, but those kind of feel not in her immediate viewpoint. So now I'm going to go see the male. I will put myself in the male energy. Male energy feels very planned. I feel tightly controlled. I feel this male makes people uncomfortable. And I think he goes out of his way to avoid that, but it's not something that he's really able to control. There's just a sense of oddness that, especially if women were around this male, I think their preponderant emotion would be just discomfort. Not seeing a lot of males close to this male, what I'm at this point calling the offender. And he is dressed for chillier weather because I'm seeing jeans and I'm seeing almost a boot. It almost feels like a work boot or something. I don't know why I'm focusing on that. Just see a lot of shifting from him back and forth. But already I've got a plan. Like I think he has some infatuation on her, thinks that might be reciprocated. So I don't know if he's coming over there to, Happy Mother's Day, or I'm going to go to this place. Can I get you anything? Somehow I do feel she does open the door to him. With the male, although I do feel something being planned, it's almost, he does not feel as if it's going to be successful in that moment. So there's just a giddiness with him that I'm really getting very strongly. This has got to be infatuation that he has with this woman. Echo. Okay, so I will shift back to her at this point. I'm opening the door. I almost wonder if there's a glass door in between the front door. It does feel like there might be something, because I kind of feel her being limited in how much she's willing to open the door, and then it's just all the way open. I cannot tell if she invites him in or he invites himself in. She's kind of trying to have some conversation with him. What are you doing today? Well, I've got to run this errand. I'm thinking of doing this. Maybe a child is stopping by. And again, I'm Echo in these moments. I'm just really wanting to have a peaceful day. And this person was not in my plans for that. She's in the living area, which is where the front door is. He's now in the home. I wonder if there's a couch there, because I do feel her sitting, maybe adjusting a shoelace, tying up a running shoe, something like that. Just these signals to someone that their visit would not be prolonged or should not be prolonged. He's not getting any of these social cues at all. I've got it in my mind. You're going to be my girlfriend. This is obsessive behavior on his part. Like, it's just, he's got this... he's got this imagination with her in it that looks very different than anything in reality. And I don't feel a vehicle with him at this point, so perhaps there is a close proximity. He feels very voyeuristic, so I don't know if there's binoculars. I don't know if there's spying. I don't know if there's been peeping Tom. Again, it's just he knows much, much, much more about her than she will ever know about him until it is almost too late. Okay, I'm going to back from that energy just a little bit. He's not getting uncomfortably close to her. I do feel a rebuff. But my sense of this gentleman, he's not overpoweringly large. 6 foot or under, and probably well under. I do feel some sturdiness with him. There's something very confusing to me about what he's got on. It just doesn't match what she has on as far as weather. I'm not seeing bare arms with him, so there must be some kind of long shirt. This sounds crazy because, as I understand it, this was May, but it almost looks like there's some kind of a vest on him, like a puffer vest, which makes absolutely no sense. He's well overdressed for this environment. I think she's very polite with him, not wanting to be rude, not wanting to ask him to leave. And he is just getting closer and closer and closer into her personal space. Next thing I know, I just feel he's on her. He's overpowering. She feels very physically fit to me, so I'm kind of surprised there was not, or perhaps there is, some sort of things in disarray in that space, that she would not have thought him on that. Is a little confusing to me. I just don't I don't feel her resistance as much as I would imagine that I would, because this does not feel like a massive palatial home. 1,200 square feet, maybe, in the area that it was much smaller. But I don't feel yep, there's something knocked over to her right. He's able to sturdy that back. It's almost as if I can't breathe and I'm being echoed, but I'm not dead. I'm still in my body. I don't know if you put her in like a chokehold or a sleeper hold, but that she would certainly have to fight back. Now I do feel kind of the grasping around me that I'm being echoed now. Perhaps this is why he did wear long sleeves. There's no scratches on his arms that one would be able to really readily see. So perhaps that's the protection of the shirt. And then I'm just asleep. He does feel strong, although not particularly sturdy. I just feel the strength with him. Because now my breathing is escalated or enhanced in all of this. I'm kind of going into, this sounds weird, like a reptilian brain. Okay, so this is the plan. This is what I need to do next. And I'm the offender at this point. It's just step by step. So he is straightening up some things. She does have keys with her. The keys are by the door. Hold on. I'm not certain of this, but I do think there's almost like an old stereo. You know, when someone would have an old stereo with the record player on top and the speakers on it. I just feel keys are to my right. So if I'm walking toward the front door from inside the house, they're on my right. He sees them. There's fingerprints in there. I absolutely know there are fingerprints of someone else in there, of this offender. Kind of hefting her up. Now throwing her over my shoulder. He's got very strong legs to be able to do this. I've not even panting, huffing, like I am just now following instinct at this point. I exit the house, go to the left. There's a small porch walkway. It might be covered. Crossing a driveway, and then I'm continuing on to my left. It feels like there's perhaps some wooded area there. These houses don't feel super close to each other. So maybe there's a 100-foot walk. This distance is hard for me to see. That's hard for me to make out. Important to note, I am still feeling her being alive at this point. I'm not moving. Okay, hit her head, because now my head hurts. I'm just consciously aware of this pain in my head, almost like him. My entire head hurts. My eyes are burning in my face. I don't know how he overpowered her, but I do feel there was some head injury involved in this. I'm taking her to a different location, but this is walking distance of where I'm able to take her. Going into this place that feels much more dark, less well lit. I don't feel a lot of natural light in here. I do hear noise, so perhaps there's television or radio on at his house. It's low. I can't make out what they're saying. It's cool in this place too, almost chilly, which would help me understand the long sleeves and the way that he was dressed. But those two things, it just doesn't match with his attire in this weather. She's still unconscious in a living room. Now I'm moving her. Again, this is just a matter of feet. I'm not even a quarter mile away. This is close. Taking her down a very short hallway. Bedroom. The floor plan looks very similar from what I can see so far to Echo's home. 2 bedrooms on perhaps the left. I'm just not exactly sure what this is what I'm seeing. I'm placing her somewhere. Looks to be a small bed or cot, something in there. And then I immediately rush back out. I close the door behind me, that bedroom door. There's still not awareness with Echo at this point. I'm on autopilot. As the offender, I'm on autopilot, looking around, just my eyes are darting. No, nothing to see here. I'm exiting home. Going, tracing my steps back over to Echo's house. This is a neighbor. This absolutely feels like a neighbor. I am walking into her house. This time I'm using my shirt to open the door. Weird. She's consciously aware of fingerprints at that point. Looking at the living area, nothing looks completely disarray. I'm putting up a picture, maybe straightening a lamp, maybe there's something on a end table, coffee table, something like that that's being adjusted, but he's just kind of looking back around. No, everything looks very much the way that it did before he walked in. I just don't see disarray. I guess that's the point. It just looks like he's straightening and tidying things up. I see the keys. Wait, there was something not locked back the way that it should be. So if you have a regular handle lock and then a deadbolt, only one of those is locked. And here's an error on his part. This back porch deck area where she was, I think that was open. That he didn't check, so that feels unlocked. It's like when somebody later comes over to the house, they're able to get in through that back door. Okay, so again, I'm being very conscious at this point of my fingerprints of what I'm touching, kind of looking around like that. I've completely shifted into, I just want to use the word reptilian brain. I don't even know why at this point. Okay, going back out, kind of now I'm looking around. This doesn't feel highly populated. I don't feel a lot of traffic around there. So I don't have a great deal of concern about being seen at this point, but weirdly, he does kind of look back at the road. I'm thinking of an excuse that I can use should someone stop by, but that's not very likely. My heart's starting to beat very faster now. I do feel that he might have been sexually aroused before even leaving her home, or as I'm kind of looking at my surroundings, I do feel that sexual arousal feeling with him. Heading back over to my home. Again, this does not feel far distance away. It just feels very, very close. Coming in to my home, again, the darkness, there's a couple of lights on, but there's single bulb lights. They feel like they belong to a single light. It's just cool in this place. Now I'm going back to Echo. I'm starting to have a goose flesh. I think she's starting to rouse a little bit. He seems very aware of this. I wonder if there's any kind of medical background on it. He's just self-taught in that, like, this is the area that I just feel this might not be this person's first time. Don't know about an abduction, but I do feel I've got some kind of control over that. Maybe that's a fallacy, or maybe it's absolutely correct.